Hello, my name is Rashida, and my nickname is Shishida. I live in Sweden, and I'm a licensed medical doctor. I was born in Togo, a small country between Ghana and Benin, in West Africa, at the west coast. Today, I have to start with, how are you guys? I hope you're fine. I am fine, thanks. Yes, today I'm going to talk about how I became a licensed medical doctor. I'm going to talk in English because then I will get a broader viewers. I know fluently Swedish. I was born in Togo, in a city called Atapame, year 1987. I came to Sweden when I was 5 years old. And it was very easy for me to learn the Swedish language because I was so young. I don't remember the time when I was in West Africa. So sometimes it feels like I was born in Sweden, in combined with speak fluently Swedish. My Swedish is like a native Swedish person. You don't know the difference. And I did my kindergarten here, the regular school, upper secondary school, and I did my college here in Sweden. I loved my college. I liked my teachers and my classmates. My teacher, who was a male teacher, he had high ambitions for us. He usually said that he wanted us to become either an engineer or a medical doctor. And I did, as he said, because I became a licensed medical doctor. But it wasn't an easy road. It was very difficult. It's one of the hardest things I have gone through in my whole life, besides giving birth. Yeah, and I went to Poland. Yeah, I have no connection with Poland. The thing is that there are few colleges here in Sweden, and there are many people who want to become doctors, and there are very few. Very few colleges, so they cannot take many students. So there's very high demand and not enough supply. So it's very difficult to get in college here in Sweden, the medical college, even if you have like the highest degree in every subject. It doesn't matter. It's very difficult. So most people, a lot of people, I don't know if most, but a lot of people study abroad because it's so difficult. And I was one of them. But the thing, I didn't know about studying abroad. I didn't know that there was an other alternative. And I was like 100% sure that I wanted to become a medical doctor. I only knew from an early age, from like when I was 10 years old, I didn't want to become something else. And I talked to my one of my we have in college, there's someone that can guide you for the studies for university. And I went there and I had a meeting with him, and he told me that Rashida, you have the highest degree in French. Why don't you study the medical program in France? And I was like, I know that I'm very good in French, but I don't feel comfortable studying such a difficult program in French. And then he was like, but what about English? You have the highest degree in English. Poland, for example, it's one of the most popular countries for studying abroad for Swedish students. And he gave me like a brochure, and I went home and I read it, and then I applied. And during that time, I was actually in Togo. I was the vacation in Togo, and they called and were like, they didn't call to me because I wasn't at home, but my father was at home. I was in Togo with my mother and my sister. My father was at home in Sweden. And so he took the call, and it was like, oh, they told him that, oh, Rashida is admitted to the medical program in Poland, in Wrocław. It's 6 years and it's in English. So my father called me and told me I was so happy. And I did my 6 years in Poland, in Wrocław, 6 years. It was very difficult. The first years it felt really odd to do it in English because I was so used to Swedish. But after 1 year, then it became like Swedish for me. And now I know fluently English. I also know fluent medical English, which is actually very good. I can work as a medical doctor everywhere in every country, so that's very good. But the fees, the college fees, the medical college fees, not the college, medical university fees in Poland are very expensive. You have to pay for it. In Swedish, it's for free because we have taxes. But in Poland, you have to pay for it, and it's very expensive. And you have to know everything by heart, like all the books. You have to memorize everything. So it's actually more difficult to study in Poland than to study in Sweden. But I passed. I did all my 6 years. I didn't have to retake any course or any year, so I'm very happy. So from directly when I took my college graduation, it was year 2006. I started my medical program, and I took I become a medical doctor 2012. And then I went to Sweden. I had to do the internship, and then I did the practical exams in surgery, orthopedics, psychiatry, internal medicine, and family medicine, and I passed. And I wrote the exam, the written exam for internship. I passed the second time, and then I got my Swedish medical license, and this is 2014, I think, or 15. Yes. So it was very difficult. The most difficult for me, it wasn't actually the medical program. It was living abroad in a country which I never have been to, in a country where I had no relatives, no families, for 6 years. That was the hardest for me. I had so much homesickness every day. I had so much homesickness. I miss my family so much. That was the most difficult for me. It wasn't the medical program. It was actually living without my family for 6 years in a foreign country. But I made it, and I'm proud of myself. Yes, thank you so much for listening. Please share to so many as possible, and please like, and please follow my channel. And you know, as you know, I'm a proud Togolese, and both my parents are from Togo. But the thing is that my son is half-quarter Nigerian because my husband is